Neverthere is a narrative-driven tabletop role-playing game podcast. For this season, we're using the Dungeons & Dragons 5e rules. Kinda. Sometimes the language on this podcast can get a little spicy, but if that doesn't bother you, my name is Will, and I play Six.
I'm Bruce, and I'm the voice of Archie.
I'm Frazier, and I play Margbark Smooth.
And I'm your game master, Tanner, and this is what happened on the last episode of Netherrealm, the Neverthere.
So, where were we? Mill. Check. Dead Commerce Advisor. Check. Oh, right. We pulled Six out of the water and made our way over to the bandit camp to see how they were involved. By some great chance, we met a bandit that Six and Archie let live, which I was surprised by. But this guy, Jefferson, and his dog were going to be our way into the big tent to see Usank Half-War, the half-orc bandit leader. He gave us another mystery about a recent assassination of the old bandit leader, Owen. I doubt we'll follow that thread, but it sure is making all this seem like a bigger conspiracy than I thought. At the end of all that, it turns out Jefferson was searching for our lover boy Arnold as well. Guess that means a team-up. When we were finally ready to get back out on the case, another miraculous reunion happened. Is that you, old Dredge?
You guys are heading out of the bandit camp with Jefferson and his beautiful mastiff, Pete.
Boo.
Did you just do the dog noise?
Yeah.
Let me hear it again.
Ooh, Poppy.
No, the actual bark. Are you putting an F on the end?
Boof.
Yeah, he's boofing.
It's good. Yeah, you got a boof.
Boof.
Boof. Because you got jowls.
Ooh,
Hey, here's a
okay,
question.
this is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Here's a question. Does Pete really hate a particular mouse?
I got him.
No, but what he does hate is another dog that's in the encampment. Oddly enough, named Goofy.
I really hope that dog does not own another dog, because that's definitely a problem. Named Ruto.
It's a little weird. It's actually the dog is named after the farthest
Why
planet
are
from the sun.
references from like
What
cartoons
in the fuck
in the
is
All
happening?
right, it's talk about the Goof Troop. Yeah, thank you.
It's because I played all the Kingdom Hearts. That's why my references are too.
Oh yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough. I guess all of our references from now on in this episode will be nothing but Disney characters. So
Dibney.
Well, I mean,
Dibney.
You can't say actually. So I guess we're gonna have to change the names. The dog's name is now Skeet.
This episode
his
is
friend
brought
is
brought to
Pee-wee.
you by the Disney Channel. Boo-doo-doo-doo.
Wow, what a sponsorship.
Let's see how many
nail that
times we
one.
can say Disney this episode. Disney.
Disney.
Hey, what happened to
Disney.
that knee?
Oh,
Ooh,
Disney?
I don't know.
Yeah, Disney.
Oh, Disney.
Oh, you
Very
mean
nice.
Disney?
Well
Yeah,
done.
got him.
Oh,
All
bad
right,
jokes.
guys.
All right.
Mickey
All right,
Mouse. All right,
let's
I'm
get-
done.
Let's get serious here, please. You're heading out of the encampment.
I'm always serious.
That's good. That's good. You're heading out of the encampment. And after you guys comes this scraggly, weather-beaten guy from the bandit camp. You didn't notice him while you were in there, but he noticed at least one of you. He yells out, "Hey!" Nope, that's not it. It was supposed to be a rough Joker. How does Joker? Oh, no, okay, we're good right here. All right, that's fine. Okay. No, this is just going to turn into a fucking New York accent, isn't it, guys?
Yeah.
I'm so good at this. Guys, you know what? Matt Mercer's got nothing on me. And let's be fucking honest here. Cut that, please.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Don't cut that.
Yeah, thanks.
Put
Not
a lot of
cutting any of it.
emphasis on that.
Yeah, just turn it up, make it echo. and get
Six
some
turns
reverb on it.
around. Six turns around, looks at him, and says, "Oh,
Oh, that's pretty trash, Mickey.
That was garbage.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
actually
I'm
really
gonna need
bad.
you to step up your Mickey, motherfucker.
You peaked.
Oh, that was okay. All right, that was not bad. A lot better than
All right.
Will's. Yeah.
Very good, very good. Okay,
Oh,
here's my
goofy.
Stop.
Okay.
Stop.
I'm about to yuck you up.
Oh.
All right.
nice.
Okay.
Hey, Margbark Smoth.
All right, so is he coming up behind us?
He's like, he's running after you.
Yeah. All right, so you see a look of excitement come over Marbark's face that very, very quickly fades into a little bit of worry as he realizes somebody has recognized him, and he slowly turns around to see who it is.
So the guy that you see, you recognize immediately. There's a couple things you know about this particular gentleman in the black knit cap with the scraggly white beard. You know that he was a crewmate on your ship. The ship that went down in the Broken Sea. The other thing you really know about this person is what that sapphire blue eye does. And while you may not know the exact magic behind it, you know that it can often sense or see certain elements of magic. And you can do with that what you will.
Okay, so Margbark, as he turns, he looks and recognizes him and says, Dredge? Is that you?
It is, old Dredge. It's good to see you, Margbark. It's been a hot few, months.
I thought for sure you had met the same fate as the ship, along with the rest of the crew.
Well, the salty mistress that I've been trying to proverbially get it on with for years decided to spit me out up on the coast, and I was saved for some reason. I think it was mermaids.
Were the mermaids that kind to the rest?
No. And you see this look, this 100-yard stare in his eyes, or in his eye, as he just kind of stops. He's no longer looking at you, he's looking past you.
I put my hand on his shoulder.
It was a dark time for all of us, brother.
Aye, especially because it was so stormy.
I'm going to introduce him to Six and Archie.
Six, Archie, this is my old friend Dredge. We used to be on a trading ship together.
Aye, trading. We traded all across the seas. The Broken Sea, the Snowbound Sea, the Midworld Expanse, the Illyrian. We went through all of them, trading.
Ah, very nice to meet you. I am Six. I hold out my hand to him. Any friend of Margbark is a friend of mine.
I like calling new people friends there, Six. I'm Dredge. Good to meet you.
You have a very interesting eyeball.
Oh, it ain't being no eyeball that you ever did see. This right here is a gem. Was given to me a while ago after I lost the original
Can I
one.
touch it?
No. But thanks for asking, I guess.
I've learned that it's best to ask before doing.
That is important. Otherwise, I'd have stabbed you.
I don't like being stabbed, but I don't know that you'd found much purchase. This is Archie.
Hello there, Archie. I'm Dredge, as I've said before, and also Margbark said before. It is good to meet you as well. He puts out his hand.
Yeah, I'll lean down off the horse and shake his hand.
Ah, good firm handshake. I like that.
I'll look at Marg and I'll say, I don't really know why you still feel the need to lie to us. I've ran with me few bros doing plenty of, shady things before. So, yeah, I'm pretty decent at picking them out. And you two were traders.
Oh, so you weren't on a trade ship?
No, we were. We were on a ship and we traded.
Forcibly traded, maybe.
I mean, all right, it was at one point in time a trade ship.
Look, sometimes we pillaged. Every so often, when the need arose.
I don't like the word pillage. I like the word... No, I pillage, Fritz. I couldn't think of anything else.
Pillage? Is that anything like Belloc? And I explain it in great detail.
I don't know. You've gotten to the point where you don't touch people, I guess, but you haven't gotten to the point where you don't explain to them perverse sexual things. So maybe you should start equating those two together and just kind of not doing that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, pillage is nothing like that.
Okay, so, here's my first question there, Margbark. I've told you I was saved by mermaids. How the hell did you get off, or out of that ocean? I guess it's easy to get off that ship. How'd you get out of the ocean?
I could tell you, Dredge, but I don't know if you would believe me.
He squints at you for a moment, and he taps his sapphire eye. Oh, I mean, I could tell there's something different about you.
Okay, maybe you would believe me.
Well, paint a picture for me, Margbark. I'll give you the initial strokes. That's not a dirty joke that I'm trying to tell. We'll tell the beginning and the crash and everything together, and then you'll go off and tell me all the dirty details. There wasn't a cloud in the sky.
There wasn't. Until there was. Suddenly they were everywhere.
Aye, everything was black as far as you could see. The sky, the waves, the everything.
Except for the purple. The purple lightning. I'd never seen anything like it.
I had, but only in me nightmares. This time, it came crashing down all around us. And for some reason, we seemed to be off course, for there were rocks.
We smashed into those rocks with the greatest force I had ever felt in my life.
The ship, she was torn in twain, boards splintering. It hurt me heart.
It hurt more than my heart. I bonked my noggin. I was thrown to the water.
And me, I was also tossed aside. I watched as the ship sank, the old white sails going deep beneath the blue.
In that water, there was a chill, unlike anything I had felt before.
An unnatural cold, a shiver that I felt all up my spine. Everything was just ice.
I remember before everything went black, there was a stillness unlike I had felt before. Almost a peace came over me. In that cold, watery depth, suddenly things were warm again.
Your experience is much different than mine. For I heard the singing and saw the flippers. And, well, I mean the arms and the faces and the I'm trying to get around to mermaids.
Well, suddenly after that warmth had come over me, I don't know what happened next, but I woke up with my face in sand on an island that was unfamiliar to me. In all my years of sailing the oceans, I had not known a place like this. I woke up thirsty, parched. I started to look for anything I could use to quench this thirst, when suddenly I began hearing whispers. Maddening. They wouldn't stop no matter what. I tried jumping back in the water. Maybe I could drown out the sound of these whispers, but it's as if they only got louder the more I tried to avoid them. I circled that island for what felt like days. It could have been weeks. It could have been years. I don't know how long I was there. I just had to find the whispering. So I walk until they become louder, and louder still, and yet even louder, until I find the place I know they're coming from. It's in the ground. So I dig. And I dig. And eventually, before me, there laid a sword. At first glance, it would appear to be a normal greatsword, but the more I stared at it, the more it called to me. It had a certain energy about it that I could not only feel, but I could hear. I could smell and taste. It called to me. And I grabbed it. That's when it spoke.
Mortal flesh on an immortal blade. You have found the place and the power.
Who are you? Why am I here?
I am a friend, and you are here because I called you. I saw the sky and the sea and the storm take you. And I am your savior.
I have been saved by many swords, but never in this manner.
I am not just a sword. And with me, you can be so much more.
Well, Savior, tell me then, how do you plan to get out of here?
I don't plan on getting anyone out of anywhere without an agreement.
Okay, how about this? You get me out of here, and I'll agree to take you with me. It seems you, too, are a prisoner on this barren land.
A prisoner, an exile, something of that nature. The only problem is, in order to wield my particular power, I require a sacrifice.
What must be given?
Life. And yet, there seems to be none on this barren isle.
So, let me get this straight. I give you my life, and yet you save it. I'm not sure I follow.
I can see how this would seem a paradox. But you are dealing with power, ancient, beyond all time, beyond the gods that you know. I am something so old, and yet I am stuck here.
You would think something ancient and powerful would be able to get themselves out of here. Why wait for me?
Well, as you can see, I am currently just a sword. Kind of hinders movement when you don't have legs.
You're not in a position to be making demands. I could bury you again right here in the sand and no one would know you were here.
Fine. I will offer you great power if you enter a blood pact.
Okay, what's in it for you?
I tie myself to you, and you get me off this island. We can discuss next steps after that. Without me, you die. Without you, I may be here for a little longer, but I can wait.
What kind of power are we talking about here? I think I'm gonna need a sample of this.
I hold out my hand as if to gesture that I wish to receive something.
You hold out your hand to this blade and you see this purple energy start crackling around. These sparks of eldritch power, something you've never felt before. It's almost a sickening twisting where it's pulling from you, this connection between the two of you. Something that isn't natural. And yet you can feel the power behind it. And you know that this is just a fraction, as you can feel the sword start to pull that away.
Oh, I have never felt anything like this. I need more of that.
Intoxicating, isn't it? I can offer you so much more as our bond grows. So what do you say? Just a little slice on the blade, a taste of your blood to seal the pact.
Margbark takes the sword and positions the sharp part against the palm of his hand. But you can tell he's questioning it. Like, he's not all in yet, but he's not sure he has a choice.
All right, so do you slice?
I'm not sure I have much else that I can do in this position. I, too, am not in a position to make demands.
And he pulls the sword across his hand.
Through this memory, you can distinctly feel the sharp pain. Because as you kind of pull yourself out of this, you do recall that you were recounting this story to the party and to Dredge. However, you found yourself cut out of this reverie from a sharp pain where the scar on your hand still remains. And you can feel that the sword is displeased with you divulging this information about the pact. You know that in this moment, the only thing that's keeping you from, having your mind open by this eldritch being to things that you can't comprehend is that A, it still needs you to perform the tasks, and B, you have not yet divulged any information about that. And as its voice rings out in your head for only you to hear, you can hear that voice that sounds like the sharpening of a blade.
I know we had a deal, and we never set certain things out about divulging information, but let's keep this to the chest, like we've done so far. Seems to have been working out for us.
I respond not out loud to the party, but through my mental connection with the eldritch entity.
They're going to catch on eventually. They have to know what we're looking for. Or they will very soon, as we begin to find it.
Let's cross those bridges as we get to them, little by little, as little information as possible. I will give you a bit of a warning. There's something strange. I can feel the pull of the items. But something is blocking my senses. Keep an eye out.
And on that, I'm just going to kind of end this conversation with the sword. I'm going to push it away.
So, that sure is a lot to go on there. How the hell did you get off the island to begin with?
Well, the sword and I kind of made this agreement that it was kind of one of the you scratch my back, I scratch your back kind of things. He gets me off the island, I bring him with me. And so we made this agreement, and no sooner than we did, an Olmir ship runs by, close enough that I can start a fire to catch their attention.
Right, so I guess I've joined up with this particular crew now. I just kind of floated around until I made it here. My story wasn't nearly as fun as yours. I kind of just hopped from the mermaids, and then bar to bar to bar to pub to inn to bar, and eventually got a message that people were gathering out here, people of ill repute, and just kind of building a thing, So I was like, well, I'm a trader, and I'll come out here. Do we need to say it? I mean, are we gonna say it? He knows, and he points over to Archie.
Not the P word. No, shh.
Okay. Right. Not privateers.
Yes,
Got it.
yes, we're
Not that.
traders. And he does air quotes.
Traders. Okay. So
Right, and I ship arms and armor to the Queen.
that's a good trade.
Very lucrative.
Would you like to have some dealings?
I was being sarcastic.
Well, I don't know where I expected this particular conversation to go. I'm just surprised to see you and so glad that you're alive. But what I will say is that I've been getting a few strange dreams about the good captain. And I don't know if you've been feeling the same.
Good captain. And who are you referring to? Because I know it's not Malachi. We must be thinking about different people if you're using the word good.
I mean, all right. Well, he was the captain, all right? You gotta respect the title.
I had respect for that man once upon a time. My respect has run out.
Oh, then my dreams don't bode well for you.
Tell me about your dreams.
He shakes his head, looks down at the ground. Another time, perhaps. Right now, it seems like you're off on some sort of adventure. If I were to have some inklings of a new crew, you want me to send you any message?
I may be assembling a crew of my own, actually.
Oh, really?
Oh, can I be a part of the crew?
Yes, Six, you are the new first mate.
Does
But
that...
wait, Archie has to come too. Archie.
Well, Archie can be second mate. And Dredge here will be co-captain.
I was gonna say who's the captain, so that must make you the captain and me the co-captain.
Aye.
I'm not sure if that's how that works, though. There's got to be some sort of chain of command.
No, this is our crew. We can make it however we want. We're co-captains.
It's a free-for-all crew.
Everybody's captain.
Who's gonna sweep the poop deck?
Six.
So 6.
Ooh,
Great. Are you
Poop
good with
deck.
a mop?
What's poop?
Well, it's got nothing to do with feces or defecation.
Oh, understood. I can use a mop, I think. Never done it before.
You've never used a mop. Are you some sort of privileged ninny or something like that?
Trust
No,
me, Dredge, you don't have time to get into it.
I'll take your word on it. Well, I'm gonna go back in here and see what kind of mischievous shit they're doing. Maybe it's something that could be lucrative one day, but we're not doing anything with the town nearby, so I'm not certain how long I'm gonna stick around. I've got to do some more trading. And he winks.
Pillaging. Got it. Privateer.
Nah, not the P words. Well, if you need anything, if you're looking for anything in particular, and he taps his eye, you let me know. All right?
Oh, I certainly will. Great to see you, old friend.
You too, and if you're hanging around a little bit more, I'll save a drink for you. And with that, he wanders back into camp. Jefferson turns around on the horse, I think he was sitting shotgun. Jefferson clears his throat. Well, thanks for the introduction. And Pete goes, "Burf."
Oh, you're of no consequence.
Wow, all right. I am legitimately leading you to the next place you need to go and helping you with your quest. But sure, of no consequence. Did you hear that, Pete? Burf. I know. Sometimes people can't just be trusted. Burf.
Oh, I didn't mean any offense by that.
That was very offensive.
Understood. I will keep that in mind for future.
Good.
But thank you for helping us.
You're welcome.
Margbark,
Right.
Dredge seemed very nice.
He's a good old boy, Dredge. Love him to death. Gave his right eye to save me once.
Oh, I would certainly love to hear that story. Sounds interesting. He did have a very cool eye.
Well, I would tell the story if I could remember it, but I was very drunk.
Oh, Okay. Well, Archie, Margbark, Jefferson, let's find Kef. Hello, dear listeners. I want to thank everyone again. We've been receiving a lot of really positive feedback on all of our new content. That includes our YouTube and stuff like that. But before I get into that, I got a special treat for you guys. I have brought Tanner along with me for this midpoint. Tanner, would you like to introduce all of our new social media platform presences?
Presences. Sure. We have a lot of stuff coming up on our different social mediums. We are on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. So you can find us on all of those at Another Realm, except for Instagram, where we are at Another Realm Podcast. So join us on all of those, releasing short, funny clips, anything that seems to be like the really
good
not
moments.
Spoiler moments, but good moments that just kind of stand out. So share them with your friends. Come along. Let us know what you think about the podcast, about the stuff that we're putting out, and especially the stuff that's on netherrealm.com. All of the world building info that we have on there is built for you to use in your campaign. So if you want to use any of the gods or locations, anything on the maps, and join us in our world, please do so. Let us know what you think. And I really do look forward to hearing from you about everything that we're putting out.
Well, thank you for that, Tanner. And I'm going to go ahead and get back to the episode. But before I do, our next episode will release in 2 weeks on May the 8th. So make sure that you're subscribed or following on all of our platforms so that you can see the new releases as they are uploaded. You want to sign us out?
And now enjoy the rest of this episode. So you guys head farther out into the forest. Jefferson basically leads you to the northwest. And eventually the forest starts to become more dense here. You can at this point recognize the crownswood, the sturdier, larger trees. But dispersed between it is a lot of new vegetation here. Smaller trees, some undergrowth, ivy growing up on things. You can pass by and you see a few old structures, walls that had been toppled down, stone that has long been forgotten. And getting closer in here, it's getting darker, but it is not late in the day. It is just the trees above are so dense that it doesn't let in much light. It is later in the day, however, that's also an indication of some things, but it wasn't enough to be this dark. Eventually, you find this old path. For now, Jefferson's just kind of been weaving through trees in places that it's easy for the horses to navigate through. You eventually come upon a path of very large stones leading up to this gate, this fence all around this old house with a thatched roof. There's smoke pouring out. There's ivy growing up the side of the house, different flowers growing in sides and herbs. All along the fence, there's vegetation growing up. It is a very, very cozy home here in the woods. But I mean, if you were going to pick something out that belonged to a witch, this would probably be it. As you're approaching, Jefferson looks back at you all and says, I've never actually spoken with Kef before, nor have I ever really spoken with a witch before. So if this is something that any of you have experience with, I say witch, so-called witch, herb woman, apothecarian, something.
You've never spoken to a woman before?
I don't know as I have said anything like that. I said witch, so I don't know if that's a problem with your vocabulary or if that was just straight up. You know what? Let's move on. Yes, I've spoken with women.
Surprise.
I am at above average attractiveness, and I have a dog, so I do fine.
Oh, I've always heard that dogs are like chick magnets.
Okay,
I don't know what that means.
there it is.
I assume something to do with chickens.
Have you always heard that in like your week of known existence? Have you?
4 years. In a bag, yes.
4 years in a bag.
Oh, okay.
Right, okay. So I'm going to lean on you fellas here, however you'd like to try and tackle this particular conversation. Just have at it, boys. I have full confidence in your abilities.
Well, I'm nearly afraid to ask this, but should we just knock on the door?
Yeah, I think that would be fine. And you look over at the door, and there's actually a sign on it, and you see kind of etched or carved into a wooden sign. It says hours of operation, and it's basically, 6 a.m. to midnight.
Damn, that's a long shift.
You got a long shift, but how many people come out here?
Well, I guess I've never spoken with a witch either, but this will be a interesting first. I'll lead the way. I knock on the door. Or the gate.
Yeah, the gate is open. On the breeze, it's kind of swinging back and forth. So you pass by that.
Oh, it's already open. Okay, fine.
It's open.
Okay, then I'll walk up to the house.
Okay.
I don't knock on doors.
Oh, no.
That's why I was afraid to ask. Do we want to get a really bad start with this witch?
Archie, you do the honors.
Oh, no. If you don't think you do what you're thinking of doing, don't pass the buck on to someone else.
Fine. Well, I do know how doors work now, and I punched the shit out of the door.
Okay, roll it.
Oh no!
Roll that punch door check, baby.
Oh, I thought it was a 1.
Not
That's a
good.
7 on dice.
All right, you punch this door, and you don't open it like other doors that you've been able to do this with, and not because you think you weren't strong enough to do it, but because something pushes back. I need a wisdom saving throw from you.
Dope. I'm good at wisdom, at least.
Okay.
Wisdom saving throw. That is a 10 plus 6. 16.
Well, first of all, I want you to say the first woodland creature that comes to mind.
A woogaloo.
I'm about to say, how is it not Woogalo?
There's a woogaloo found in the forest.
Yeah, sure, it's a forest wombat. That's fine.
No, okay. The first one that I thought of was a rabbit.
As you
I
punch
can't
this,
lie.
as you punch this door, you feel this sort of warming magic go through you, and it's this sort of comfortable toastiness, and you feel your nose twitch, and your ears flop down and rest beside you, and then you look up, and everything is so massive because you have been turned into a tiny little bunny.
Ribbit.
Wow. Okay. Nice.
So I'm assuming 6 cannot speak to Archie and I. Or
Nope.
Jefferson. Jefferson's
You
still
two-
here with the dog, right?
Yep, you
Yeah,
two
okay.
have watched, or you 3, and Pete, you 4, have watched 6 be instantly transformed into a tiny brown bunny with large floppy ears as he punched this door.
Saw it. I'm coming.
I think this is going to be a
squeak.
problem, Archie.
Squeak, squeak, squeak. Squeak.
What
Oh, no,
do
he'll probably
we do
wear
with
off.
him?
I know what we shouldn't do. Definitely don't put him in the bag of holding.
Damn, that was going to be my next suggestion.
I
Do you
want a
guys like-
carrot.
It's good. Do you guys like rabbit stew? Also, what the fuck?
Okay, this is fucked. How do we undo this?
You probably witch will need to undo it. Maybe.
Okay, how do we talk to the witch if knocking on the... Wait. Maybe knocking on the door, not punching the door, doesn't turn you into a woodland creature.
You should go try that.
I approach the door very nervously, and I kind of raise up a hand very slowly and give it.
Make
Too
sure
little.
it's gentle. Maybe it's force based.
With that in mind, I give it too little, not, and I jump back really quickly.
Okay. Yeah, as you knock, you hear from inside this sort of
Tanner found a way to punish us for punching doors open.
door.
you hear inside doors open, come on in.
I reach down and pick up Six the rabbit, and I slowly turn the doorknob
Squeak,
and open the
squeak.
door.
All right. You open this door and you're instantly hit with the smell of herbs and cooking and just all these pleasant aromas that come rushing forward. The inside of this hut is all lit by candlelight and this large hearth over in the corner, over which this large black cauldron bubbles. And all about you can kind of notice these little bits of accoutrement of like apothecary sort of potions and vials and things darted about. Everything that does sort of say Witch of the Woods, someone that people go through you love potions and things like that. But the person that you see inside as you come in is this elderly woman with long, straight, graying hair that frames her face like thin curtains. She has very wrinkled skin, and you can look down at her hands, which are long and spindly, but you see the knobs of arthritis in them. And she turns to you, and she says, "Welcome to my humble little forest shop. What can I do for you fine fellas and rabbit?"
Squeak, squeak.
Well, you see, our rabbit is very sick, and we need to put him down, and we were hoping you might have a very humane way of doing so.
Squeak.
Oh, I certainly do. I think we can find something just so pleasant for it.
How is your hand at taxidermy?
Oh, she points up to a raven that's above the hearth on one side.
Does it have gold speckled wings?
It doesn't, but as you look to it, it turns down and looks at you.
Oh, shit.
Just kidding. That one's still alive.
Beautiful.
And I hand her the rabbit.
Oh, you want me? I can toss it in a stew here.
Squeak.
No,
Will No?
let's not cook our friend here.
No,
Oh,
please.
Oh, sure. So you're friends with the particular ruffian that decided to try and punch the door, I'm assuming?
He doesn't understand there's a level of force that's acceptable to use when hitting a door.
She grabs you by the scruff six and looks at you nose to nose, basically. Tell you what, I think we'll keep you like this for a little bit. Is that fine? Maybe the adults can have a conversation.
Squeak.
No, he understands. That's so nice. She holds you in her arms and starts just petting you.
Squeak. I don't. How would a fucking rabbit sound like? Ribbit.
No,
Ribbit
all
the
right.
rabbit.
I think we've probably had our fun, but okay.
Rabbits
Yeah,
don't
she's-
purr, but he purrs as he's being fed.
Weird. She puts you back on the ground and she snaps her bony fingers and you come back up to full size. However, she has left you with rabbit ears and a cottontail.
Squeak, squeak. Oh, I really want a carrot. Can I have one, please? I don't feel like that was Six's voice very whatever.
She sticks. You see the boiling stew nearby. She sticks her arm down and it pulls out a chunk of carrot and hands it over to you.
Oh! That's Archie's reaction to that.
It doesn't hurt, dear. I'm all fine. Don't worry about it too much. So, what actually brings you here? Good
Shit,
story.
what does bring us here?
Six is,
To be
six
honest,
is
after
eating.
all these happenings, I plumb forgot.
Well, you see, we're here to try to find someone or something. There's a couple of questions we have. One, we heard tale about a dragon. Not sure that that's true, but there is something leaving giant claw marks on people and things. And we're also looking for Arnold.
Well, that's quite a few things you're looking for there.
He's got a real wide head. You might say it's the shape of a rugby ball.
It's funny. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's good. It's gonna be a good reference. them elder millennial references. Gotta love them.
Yeah.
Arno.
So, you're looking for quite a few things here. First off is something sharp-clawed that might be flying through the forest. And I say flying because I have heard the beating of wings recently. And I've heard tale of a green dragon in the area. Little strange if you ask me, but never out of the realm of possibilities.
Dragon sounds intriguing. I would be very surprised if a dragon was here, though. As you said, not out of the realm of possibilities, but very unlikely.
You sound like the kind of person who doesn't care for dragons. Do you like dragons?
Oh, I would probably die if I found one.
Dragging these nuts across your face?
Oh, good God.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was a great episode. She doesn't say that.
All right. Well, let's give you a quick summary. Not that any of this probably really matters in your neck of the woods over here, but we've got a problem between the two encampment down the way and the town. And they both think that the opposite has done some atrocious thing that is insulting to the other. I don't personally think either camp nor town has done anything that's actually insulting. I think it's another party. So, with that being said, we're here to try to determine what's tearing members of the town / bandits to shreds in the woods. We're also trying to find a young gentleman named Arnold, who apparently stole a bit of money from Usank, in order to see if he knows why the old leader, who is apparently a very chivalrous and honorable man, was shanked in the night, to determine whether or not it was the town, so we can prevent the two places from warring with each other. Like I said, it might not really be your concern, considering you're a bit ways out away from them.
Well, I can see things, you know. I can look into different realms and ask for help from otherworldly entities. And perhaps I can offer you that service. I could give you a reading. Maybe that can help point you in the right direction.
Ooh, you can read me.
I can read you.
Well, I, for one, am interested in that. There's a lot I don't know about myself. It would be nice if you could maybe shed some light on me. Guys, is that okay? Is that advisable? I look at Archie specifically.
Archie just shrugs. He has no idea.
She's already turned you into a rabbit. What worse could happen?
She
I
turned me
do
into a
like-
newt. What? I got
It's-
better. Another bloody 500.
I got that one. I could read you. Readings ain't free, though.
One more question, if you don't mind.
Sure.
It seems that there's what do they call it? A hydraulic system underneath the waterfall due west?
South.
South.
East.
Southeast. Due southeast. Some of the Crownswood appears to be not making it down to the capital, which is what actually has spurned this rather odd investigation. Do you know of any caves or things that live in caves near that area?
Oh, well, there is a cave system that is in the forest. It does lead to a whole different, set of places underground. You could get from here to the other side of the Crownswood with these things if you dare to venture down beneath them. You could probably find a good entrance a little bit more north of here in the Green Hollow Caves.
Ooh. That could lead us to where the wood is. I tried to investigate one of the caves. It was underwater. I don't need to breathe. And there was a lot of big scratch marks down there. Huge, big, very large scratch marks along the cave wall.
I mean, kind of sounds like that green dragon everyone's talking about.
They can swim. It was underwater.
Dragons can swim, for sure.
Ooh.
They can also breathe any sort of element, depending on what type of dragon they are, and they can fly. That makes sense. They're also very strong and intelligent. So, you find one.
What do green dragons breathe?
Green dragons? Oh, I'm not certain.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you've given us a lead, but I still would like the reading. How much for a reading?
Well, it's not a matter of money. I don't really spend money out here, you see. Kind of a little bit self-sustainable, off the grid, So, I trade in tasks. Let's see, your items. Maybe you've got something that I want. You mind if I lay my hand on you for a moment? I mean, I guess I already have. You got some pets, but now I'm asking.
Yeah, sure.
All right. She starts to bring her knobby hand towards you, and you feel a tug around your neck. The locket you can feel kind of pulling slightly against the back of your neck. Oh, I was gonna ask you for help finding someone, but you seem to have something a little bit more interesting. And the pull of this is on the locket.
This came from a dear friend of mine. I saved her, and she saved me at the same time. She taught me feelings.
Oh, well, that's interesting. So now you've come into contact with no less, no more, maybe, than 2 Mots.
2 what?
Mots.
Oh, wait. You know Serena Motz?
Oh, no, I don't believe I ever knew her. I can feel the bloodline connection with that, though. My surname's Motz as well. Kef Motz. Never married.
Kef Motz. Serena was a beautiful person, inside and out. I met her as a ghost. She was long dead.
Interesting. All right.
She gave me this as a token of her helping her.
That speaks to your character, at least, I guess. But, you willing to trade that for a reading?
Oh, boy. So, outside of game, I forgot what the fucking locket does.
Anything that you put it on, you can find.
Oh, boy. That seems like it's going to be useful later.
Yeah, only if you use it.
You haven't used it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Oh,
Honestly, I think it's fucking dope, so it's up to you.
okay. Look, I really want some insight to myself, and I feel like this necklace does belong to the Mott's family, and I'm glad I could find it a good home. Will you promise to take care of it? She was a wonderful person.
Sure, I don't mind taking care of it. It'll be lovely to have a connection to, the line.
Okay. Against my better judgment, I'm going to give you this. But I would like that reading.
Okay.
I take it off and hand it to her.
You place it down in her hand. It rests in her palm as the chain wraps around it and sets down nicely. And all of you feel this sort of boom kind of power emanate outwards from her and from the locket. And she clasps her hand around it and puts it in the pocket of her knit robes.
Oh, fuck
And
me. What did I just do?
She brings her hand up to you and places it on your chest, and she says, "All right, I've got to have something to direct this towards, so what do you need? What are you looking for? What do you want to know?"
I'm finally going to make the right decision. Okay. Navarre.
Oh, okay.
That's just a single word about a god. Got anything particular you'd like to know about them? It has to be a real strong connection, too, so if it ain't there...
It's there. Trust me. I want to know where he is, and I want to know how to find him.
All right, I can try and do that for you. You other fellas, you might want to take a seat.
And she snaps her free hand, and these worn wooden chairs screech up behind you.
Optional, of course, but I highly suggest it.
And whether or not you choose to sit, the seancing begins. All the candles immediately go out with a whoosh as this breeze sweeps through inside. The fire in the fireplace goes out. The stew stops boiling.
I look very nervous and sit quickly.
Okay. You pop a squat. You can feel your sword somewhere within you, wherever you keep it in some sort of pocket dimension. You can feel it humming.
I sit because my feet hurt.
Nice. Okay, yeah. Sitting's a good option. Jefferson sits too, and so does the Mastiff. They came in as well. Why not? The whole party's here. So all of this stuff begins to swirl. The metallic odds and ends that are on the walls, the cast iron pots and pans start clanging together. This whole cacophony of sounds as this power sweeps through this tiny hut. And her eyes, boom, they turn into this dark, deep shade of red as Six, you can see all around you this encroaching darkness come down, and like a drop of water that emanates outward, everything goes silent for you. And it's just you and Kef Motz with her hand on your chest, standing here in this sort of darkness, this faint white light coming down from some unknown source. And she says, "We're searching for signs of Neverthere, for something, some connection that you have. Tell me, what is your question?"
Navarre, where are you? I need you.
With that, the area around you begins to hum, and you can see you and Kef, you just kind of see this sort of vibration between the two of you. She slowly tilts her head back, and then you hear something snap, and her jaw opens, and out of it comes this massive group of voices, all of them ringing out as once, this chorus of different sounds. And from it, they say,
"The Maker has searched. We have been expecting you. Neverthere is here."
I get to talk, I guess.
I'm waiting.
Are Archie and I both witnessing all this as well?
You guys are not hearing you do see You're not in this sort of dark space, but what you do see her neck snap backward into a very unnatural pose, and her mouth open wide. But you're not hearing the sounds that's coming out. You did hear Six's question, however. So what Six is saying, you can hear.
Where can I find you?
The chorus is beyond the drift, far past anything you can imagine. We are here, we are everywhere, we will be part of everything.
Are you the smoke monster?
The laughter that comes out at this point is this sort of beautiful melody as it rings out in this space. And Archie and Margbark, you kind of get this trickle of melodic laughter, a hint of it.
We are not that abomination. It sweeps across, making everything nothing. However, it does herald the oncoming of the chorus. Just one more thing to bring about the end of one age and the beautiful, resonant beginning of another. The new sounds that will be created, well, they will be sad for us, but they need to happen.
How do I stop that?
You wish to stop the chorus? But Navarre is here. Why would you want to stop something that Navarre is overjoyed to be a part of?
And accompanying that, right at the end, you do hear Navarre's voice. Six, it's so good to hear you. I am happy. I am here. There are so many people. I remember what I am. I'm the god of truth, of science. And here I can be a part of something bigger than that, of so many new things and old things and things that have been brought together, coalescing into this beautiful, resonant sound. There's so much to be joyous about, and soon the sound will shift and it will change when you join. You can be a part of this. Everyone can be. And then all the sounds will come together, and then we won't have to worry about sounds anymore because we'll all be connected. The gods, the people, the planets, Yset and Raymond, it will all be one. So there will be no need for sounds. It will be a beautiful, all-encompassing silence that everyone understands. Not that awkward kind that you kind of sit there and you don't know what to say next, but just something that feels right and beautiful and whole. Don't fear it, Six.
Why me?
Why you what? Everyone can join.
What happens to Archie and Margbark?
They'll be a part of it too. You could be with them forever. Their voice and your voice, their consciousness and your consciousness, and their silence and your silence.
I like talking.
You won't have to. Everyone will just know. It'll be like talking in your head, thoughts. You just have these feelings, and people understand. There will be no more need to try and understand or explain your pain or your concerns. Everyone will just know and be there to comfort you.
It sounds a lot like death.
Well, I mean, if you think about what death is, we were there. We were above, on the drift. We were just standing above all else. We watched everyone beneath it in the gallery, just waiting to move on to whatever is next. And, the only person that really knows what's on that side is Taish. And, well, Taish never shared much with me, and, well, Taish kind of kept me in the gallery, but, things happen, and that's fine.
Navarre, I was, at one point, told to seek you above all else. And that's where I ended up finding you, not knowing what I was finding at the time. But now that I see you in this light, I don't know that I really like the direction that this whole thing is heading. This seems like it might be something that I would like to stop, because people are forgetting. And if this thing has anything to do with you, I would like to stop it. So that must mean I want to stop you and the chorus.
I need a roll from you.
Okay.
And this, it's not really a persuasion roll or anything like that. I just want I want you to justify what you want to roll for me. So whatever bonuses you want, it is between your connection with Navarre. It doesn't need to be religion or anything like
I'm
that.
100% telling the truth. I mean,
Yes.
he's
You're
just
saying
going
what
by
your
his
feelings are.
feeling about what he's doing. So
You said we can hear his questions, right?
Yes, you can hear Six's questions.
Okay. I shout.
6, ask him how we can get the Chablis out of the bag.
6, you kind of hear this echo over this area.
how can we get? Okay, all right. Let's just do a straight D20 roll because this doesn't feel.
That's
like
what I'm
anything.
thinking too. That's what I'm thinking too. It's a good call. Did you?
I got
Did
a nat 20.
6. The age of silence is coming. 6. You can't do anything to stop it. You need to find me. This is just, I am one piece. I am one piece. I am just one piece of Navarre. Find. And then, like that, the chorus comes back and says,
Everything will be fine. Join us, and we will have a glorious time together, all as one, singing until the singing stops. Beauty forever beholden in one consciousness.
and then, just like that, you hear ringing out in this dark space.
Ask about the Chablis, Chablis, Chablis.
So Margbark's question ringing out brings you back into the moment, and then Kef takes a deep inhale, very, very struggled, and looks at you, quickly pulls her hand back and says, I don't know what I've just said or heard, but I have a terrible, terrible feeling. What have you gotten yourselves into? What are you involved in? Why was my voice so many voices?
How do we get out of this? How do we get the Chablis out the bag? Oh, darn. Margbark, I missed my chance.
I appreciate the effort.
Well, unfortunately, Kef, you've now been exposed to what we are currently facing. There's a lot to process there. I don't know that any explanation is going to make it more palatable.
I haven't felt... I've never felt that kind of power, and I have held so much at so many points in my life. You're dabbling in things that you shouldn't be messing with.
But then who would?
Someone... I don't know. I need you to leave. There's nothing I can do for you. I don't want the trouble that you're bringing.
Unfortunately, I think it's going to face us all. But I will leave. Can you get rid of my ears and tail? They don't fit my, aesthetic. That Archie
Oh,
gave
come
me.
on. They're cute.
And I flip his little bunny ear.
Nice. It's a good interaction. She snaps her fingers, and your ears and tail disappear. She also looks down at the locket and looks back up at you. She closes her hand around it, whispers a few words under her breath that you cannot hear, and then she hands it back to you. She says, "Take this. You earned it, I can tell, and I've gotten what I need from it."
Okay, thank you. I appreciate your help. You were honestly the most informative person that I have dealt with since I've been alive, minus maybe Archie. And I wink at Archie.
Archie just waves.
I don't think there's anything more I can do for you all. There are things that I could have asked for from you, but I don't want to be dealing with all this.
Understood. Well, thank you for your help.
She nods, and
I might try to avoid punching doors from now on.
Well, if you're dealing with these kind of powers, I Not sure if it matters.
Yeah. I'm just fucking with you. I'm going to punch all the doors.
Does anyone else, I mean, she's kind of asked at least 6 to leave. Does anyone else have any questions for her?
So, hypothetically, you have a bag of holding, right? And and in this bag, you have trapped a very, very powerful entity that is unfortunately guarding your very expensive bottle of wine. What do you do?
Do you have to get the bottle of wine back?
I'd like to.
You don't destroy the bag then. I don't, does the thing breathe?
I don't think so. He was in there for way longer than...
What was the amount of
10
time?
minutes.
10 minutes.
He was in there for way longer than 10 minutes before he pulled me in.
Have you looked in the bag recently?
No, would you like to? And
I'm all good there. I don't know. I maybe toss in some guards or something. Take some people, put them in there, and see what they can do.
Oh, that's a great idea. We could just put it's like the parable about the woman eating a spider to catch the fly. And you keep putting bigger things in there until finally the fly dies.
I think the point of that is the fly. It wasn't. It just got worse, didn't it?
Yeah, I think they got to a horse. Ooh.
How's a woman eat a horse?
Uh,
Whole? What's
that's
a
a good
horse supposed to
question.
catch?
Oh, a goat, maybe? I don't know. It
Horses
goes on
take
for a while.
I'm sorry. You've all. I'm very tired now. So if there's no more pertinent questions,
I guess we're headed to the caverns?
So no young sword named Arnold ever showed his face here then?
no. I mean, you said Arnold was getting married, right? Or in love with someone or something.
Something to that effect, yeah.
There was a girl here not too long ago asking for a love potion.
Oh, shit.
did you catch her name?
Alice, Anastasia. Avery, that's it. Yeah.
Well, seems like we might have. That's some more really, really good information you've given us, Kev.
I know I've asked you to get out, and I really do hope you leave soon. If you're out and about and you do meet a boy named Lane out anywhere, could you just tell him to come home? This is my boy, and he just haven't been here in a while. We had a bit of a tiff, kind of just left one day. Just like to know he's okay. I believe that he's capable. So,
Will do.
all right. Anyone else have any questions for the witch that can talk to gods? Apparently, what a beautiful 20.
I know, that was amazing.
Good
That was
timing.
some really good information.
Yep. All right. So you guys leave. The leads that you got, one is not a lead of your current quest. The other was towards some caves that were directly north of here. And that's the next thing that you got from her. So what do you all intend to do?
We're going to go try to find the entrance to those caves.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like the love potion thing is really a lead. I feel like it's just gonna end up in circles.
Yeah, well, when we do find Avery finally, that love potion will be helpful, I think. But until we find them, and we don't really know where they are.
Assuming we do find them.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I imagine we're going to find them at some point. Exhaust all leads. We're playing, what is it, L.A. Noir.
No, said
Well,
like
I mean,
a true Southerner. No, L.A. Noir.
L-A, no R. They
That's
left
some
the R
French.
right off.
Sorry, L.A. Baguette.
To the caves.
Yeah.
You guys head back outside and get back on your horses and continue your journey north. It's a little bit more difficult going through here since the overgrowth and everything is kind of making it not super difficult for your horses, but not the most easy. As you're making your way north, the sunset is coming through a few spots in the canopy, darting around on the forest floor. And in the distance, you see this massive shadow and hear this beating of gigantic wings, this whoo, and the cracking of trees as overhead this giant shadow blots out every bit of the setting sun that you can see coming through on the forest. And you hear this roar. And it echoes throughout the forest. All the chittering of the creatures and everything goes silent as the shadow moves south. To the north, from where you think about the caves are, you can hear a man shouting. And as you clear the trees, you can see someone standing there, a man alone beneath some caves, looking up at the sky through all of these torn down trees.